Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Forbidden Land podcast. I am back from my DNC episode. Out of my coma. um, I have some thoughts on the DNC speech now that I've thought about it more. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm exhausted. I'm truly exhausted. All of my enthusiasm for this election out the door. I don't know why I expected better from this campaign, because all it is just the Democrats replacing Biden with a clone of him if he was 20 years younger and a woman and not pasty white. She has pretty much the exact same policies, I thought, because of her record in the Senate, because of what she ran on in the primaries, that, maybe she would be a bit more progressive. It seems that the Biden campaign Democratic operatives have gotten to her campaign and ruined it. For a while there, she was preaching about, oh, we're going to do rent control, we're going to do housing market control, we're going to install all these progressive policies and do all these things that are really popular with the people. Still no word on a public option, but I was hopeful that maybe they would change their tune. Tim Walz was announced as the vice president. I was like, the Democrats have done 2 dubs in a row, and I said at the time that they will find a way to mess it up. They will eventually find a way to screw it up. And while I don't think they've fully screwed it up, I definitely think they've maybe misstepped a little bit on this DNC speech. I'm wanting to see what she says in future rallies, but her messaging is not very inspiring. Not to someone like me and my views, not to, definitely not to the uncommitted campaign, the way that they were treated during this DNC. And so, obviously I'm talking about the part of her speech where she says that we're going to have the most lethal and powerful army on the planet. And I saw that part during the episode, and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Why are we flexing our lethal military? The Republicans don't even say that. The Democrats never say that. That was like a speech you'd hear Bush give during the War on Terror. I mean, that was like, I was taken aback, the, just the, I don't know, there's something about that that rubs me the wrong way. I don't like the military speak during Democrat speeches. I am always reminded that Democrats and Republicans are always at the behest of military industrial complex corporation donors. And yeah, I just wasn't very happy with the way that this speech went. But yeah, I'm just exhausted by this election. As someone who's fairly progressive, I'm over it. I get hyped up for this candidacy. Kamala Harris, she seems to be a tad more progressive than Biden. Picks Tim Walz, who's definitely more progressive than both of them. And then they just take a fat shit all over all of it. And I'm sure you saw the brat anarcho flag was burned outside the DNC. I thought that was funny, because that inherently is just contradictory to be an anarchist and be supporting the establishment Democratic Party. So, we just need a party that'll step up and do some actual change. And I don't know how that's going to go. RFK just endorsed Donald Trump as of this recording. I don't know how that'll affect the polls, because we don't have God, my hairline, dude. We don't have new poll numbers from that move, but all the major polls are saying that she's still polling a few points higher than him. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah. What is this tweet that I linked? Oh yeah, this is also part of the discourse. Is that there are supposed arguments on Twitter between black liberals and Palestinians, supposedly, but they're kind of fishy. It just seems like very manufactured left-wing infighting.
Castro's in for the surprise of his life when he tries signing something with my poison pen.
Well, what have Palestinians done for the Black Lives Matter movement?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I believe those arguments are actually real. Seems that Hezbollah is firing at Israel. Interesting. Looks like there's probably a war brewing in the Middle East. Anyways. Yeah, it's funny that guy said that. In 2014, what city was it? There were protests. Fuck, I'm forgetting where it was. It's like right on the tip of my tongue. Fuck, I have to look it up. Ferguson. Okay. The 2014 Ferguson protests, you know, Palestinians were like tweeting on Twitter about how to deal with police violence during the protests, like what to do if you get like pepper sprayed and stuff like that, if you get maced. So, you know, the internet kind of connects all of these, I'm forgetting all my vocab right now. The internet kind of connects all these groups that are oppressed, that's the word, that are oppressed, and, you know, they help each other out in times of struggle. And it's wild that in 2014, Palestinians were telling Ferguson protesters how to deal with police violence, you know, because of what was going on in 2014 to Palestinians. So, you know, that's just a testament to, you know, two oppressed minority groups helping each other out. Moving on. Speaking of Kamala Harris, we can now watch her play games on Twitch. This person said I'll be playing Apex Legends ranked with her. They opened up a Twitch channel. Mamala? Oh my god. Oh. Wow, I wouldn't have known. Someone said imagine a subathon for her campaign. Someone made this edit.
Do not have access to high-speed internet. Internet cannot function in America today. I've, you know, since childhood, known that the death penalty was wrong, how it has been applied.
Oh my god. Oh, that's funny. Oh man. What are they even gonna? It's like the Donald Trump Twitch channel. He just streams his rallies. What are they even gonna stream? Oh my god. Oh, the AI debate Twitch channel changed it to being Trump versus Kamala. Oh, that's cool. All right. Moving on. Sorry, it's a bit of a slow episode today. I'm a little fried. And I also have a stream I have to do soon. There was this really funny moment where the teleprompter was telling Carrie Lake to get off the stage. I think that's pretty funny. Rap ASAP, Colton. Please get off the stage. I thought that was pretty funny. Oh yeah, the Acolyte got canceled. That's a big one I didn't even write down. Man, I reviewed the Acolyte. I was like, whatever, it's an average show. Here's where my thoughts summed up. It's an average show with cool ideas, cool concepts that were executed in the kind of stale Star Wars way, but it wasn't that bad. It was kind of a breath of fresh air in some regards. The fights were really good. Arguably the best part of the show were the fights. I loved the villain, Chimere, the stranger. I loved that. And obviously I'm hyped for the Darth Plagueis reveal at the end of the show, but overall, like, some of the character arc and storyline stuff wasn't great. It just had that classic Star Wars feel. And I also said that the show dragged on for too long, that some of the episodes could have been condensed into one, or could have been reworked in a certain way. So, like, I don't know if we necessarily needed the episode from Osha's perspective. I think we got that idea from the way that she talks about the events. So that's what I'm saying. That was my overall review. I think I gave it like a 7, which is like my, I enjoyed it kind of score, but it wasn't the best type deal. But they canceled it. They removed all the merch off the Disney website. They canceled the second season. It'll probably get taken off Disney Plus the same way that they took off Willow. The Willows. I'm just so sad by that. I don't understand why they wouldn't give that a second season, but it seems to be that they're floating around the idea of giving the Book of Boba Fett a second season. A show that was so panned by fans that the actor for Boba Fett said he wasn't going to return for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, which is insane that caused him to not want to come back as Boba Fett. So, yeah. That, and people wanted an Obi-Wan second season when half that show sucked. Oh yeah, Ahsoka has been rumored to getting a second season. That show was stale as hell and boring. That's what I'm saying. Like, The Acolyte wasn't even nearly as bad as some of the other shows, like Book of Boba Fett. And yet that got canceled. From what I've heard, it's because it had the lowest viewership of any Star Wars show, which conflicts with what I was hearing before, where it was like highly viewed on Disney Plus. I just think it's such a waste of potential to not have it get better in the second season. I think if they replace some of the writers with better writers, then we would have been locked in. I think the writing team was definitely slacking on that one. But I think like I said, the head writer was, the showrunner was like a massive Star Wars EU fan, which is why so many of the concepts were so cool in the show, man. It just needs a better writing team. It needs like the writing team for Andor. We need a Tony Gilroy input on this. We need some of the writers from Andor on this. So I'm sad about that. I'm sad that I'm sad that the Acolyte got canceled, and I'm hoping it gets renewed. It's been trending every day since it got canceled, so maybe they'll see that and go back on it. Disney has gone back on decisions before that, that have gotten major pushback, like the James Gunn firing. They still brought him back to make the holiday special and the third Guardians movie, I mean. So, I mean, there you go. I think they should bring the show back for one more season. It seemed like it was only going to get one more season. Anyways, they just set it up in a way where it's going to be about Venestra and Chimere. It's going to be their stories. Obviously with Osha sprinkled in and her falling further into the dark side. Probably some Plagueis conflict there. Obviously, we're going to see more of the politics and downfall of the Jedi Order. We would have, but not anymore. So moving on. I have an announcement. So there's a live version of this podcast called Forbidden FM. It is this podcast, but a live stream. Crazy concept. Whoa. I will be doing an episode of Forbidden FM probably on October 2nd. I'll have more details as the weeks go along. But it will be the Halloween special. It'll be in the beginning of October at least. But October 2nd is the date I want to hit, for a specific reason that I'll get into in a second. But it'll be the Halloween episode. I'm gonna dress up. I'm gonna have my friends call in. We're gonna tell ghost stories. We're gonna tell spooky stories if we don't have any ghost stories, which we will have ghost stories. We're gonna tell spooky stories. Obviously I'll be dressed up. Maybe we'll have some candy I'll be eating. Probably not, though. I'm trying to watch my weight. We'll see about that. And yeah, it should be fun. That'll be probably October 2nd, but I will amend that in the future if it changes. But yeah, so look forward to that. Forbidden FM live episode, October 2nd, more than likely. Probably around 9 p.m. Eastern. Around 9 p.m. Eastern. So let's get to the main topic of the episode, the one that is probably in the title. I was given this idea by my girlfriend. We are going to do a smash or pass on deep sea fish. Now I have a list of fish pulled up, and I also have an article going over other fish. And I'm going to say whether or not I will smash or pass them. Here. We'll get a tier list template, and we'll put them in the tier list. Okay. So here we go. We have some fish here that we're going to rate whether or not we'd smash or pass. We're also going to put them on the tier list of what I think about them. First up, we got the anglerfish. And here, let me put the tier list in here. So we have the anglerfish. Where do we want to put this one? I've heard about the anglerfish before. According to what I know about them, when they mate, they fuse together permanently to mate. And so I mean, one fuck and it's over. You're fused with that fish for the rest of your life. Kind of freaky. I think I would smash. I like the freakiness of this fish. Where I would rate him on the tier list, I'd give him an A. We're gonna put him at A. Blobfish. Honestly, iconic fish. I love the blobfish. I think this fish is iconic. Kind of one of those like ugly, adorable type of fish. I think this one would go crazy. Like, this one could probably get down. And he, you know he's a stud, dude. Everybody loves the blobfish. So I think I would have to smash. Honestly, this one's S tier for me. So, smash for sure. Next we have the giant oarfish. Now, I want a better picture of this fish. Giant oarfish. I can't really see it too well in that photo. Ooh, boy. Oh my god. No way. Look at this thing. That's crazy. The longest of bony fishes can extend more than 8 meters. Shit. I might have to smash on this one. This one goes crazy. Yeah, bony oarfish. Or giant oarfish. You're on my list. We'll put you at an A. We love it, folks. Don't we? Moving on. The lanternfish. Ooh. This one's cool. I'm going to pass on this one, but it's kind of neat. It's got a cool design. It looks neat, you know. I'll give it a B, but I would definitely pass on this one. Here, I'll write whether or not I smashed or passed. Smash, 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 pass. Okay. Or yeah, hold on, let me put that on a separate layer. In case I want a tier list without that. When I save this image inevitably. Okay. Moving on. The humpback anglerfish. Now, this one's kind of a repeat. And yeah, they're using the same photo. Honestly, kind of lame. Kind of unoriginal. I'm going to put it at a C. Yeah, and I'm going to pass. This one is not freaky enough. Next, we got Sloane's viperfish. Now, this one's interesting. It looks like a fleshlight, so I will be smashing. We'll put it at like a B. There's nothing crazy about it. It's just a long fish. So, you know, we'll smash. The viperfish. Now, like I said, another repeat. That one's Sloane's viperfish, to be fair. This one's taken. So I might be doing a little bit of infidelity with this fish if I chose to smash this one. This one's free on the market. And so this one might be the better one to smash, if we're being real. And for that, we'll put him in A. Now this, how do I even say that? Stomidae? Stomaday fish. Oh my god! Holy shit. That thing's horrifying. Bro! That one actually made me jump back a little bit in my skin. Ugh, I don't like that. I'm gonna pass. Oh, that one's gross. We're passing on that one. Oh, this is a huge ass image. I'm gonna give this one a D. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this one. We're gonna pass on it. Oh my god, dude. That's insane. I do not like the look of that thing at all. Ew. Ew, the way that its gills are designed. Oh. Some of these fish, I don't understand why they exist. I want to hear how it's pronounced. How to pronounce this word.
Stomiady.
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 Stomiady? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this one. But who would be? This thing's ugly as fuck. The Fangtooth. I mean, he looks like a cool dude to get a drink with. Unfortunately for him, I am not smashing. We'll put him at a B, though. He seems chill. Yeah, seems chill. But I'm going to pass. I would be boys with him. You know, go out to the bar. Next, we have the Cookie Cutter Shark. That's an interesting name. Cookie Cutter Shark. Aw, this was just kind of adorable. I like him. Look at this guy. You know what? This is another one of those, like, I would go out for a drink with him. But nothing more. I think I'm going to stick to just being buds with him. But we'll put him at an A for the adorable factor. I will be passing, though. Next up. Next up, we have the Black Swallower. Now, look. Let's not fucking kid ourselves here. I'm smashing. Bro is not a quitter. Bro swallows. And for that alone, we gotta smash. What would I rate him on the scale, though? You know what? I like his ambitions, and I like his motivation. We're going to put him at an A. You know, that man can swallow. So, smash for sure. Fuck, I've been putting the letters on the wrong layer this whole time. Damn it. It doesn't matter. Whatever. I'll just cut them out if I really want to. Or I'll just save them with the letters. It's even funnier. Anyways, the Black Swallow, we're smashing, dude. And you know why. You can see why. Next we have whatever the fuck this thing is. Honestly, automatic D. I'm passing. If I can't pronounce your name, D. And we're passing. I keep doing this. I keep zooming out on accident. This thing is so annoying. So this one, Gonostomide. Oh, so it's just this one, but a different type. You know what? Automatic D. I'm not dealing with that. He's gonna look just like this one. Yeah, I'm not doing all that. So we're gonna give him a D, and we're gonna pass. Ooh, now this one's we need a better picture for. Interesting. Ew. This is another. If there was an F tier, this one would be in it. Dude, it's the similar fish to the one I just put in D. Here's what it looks like. I'm sorry? Hell no. Oh, it's going in D. And we're passing, obviously. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Pass. So, moving on. Flashlight fishes. Ooh. Interesting. This one could probably get kind of freaky. I mean, the thing has a light, I would assume. Let's look this up. Flashlight fishes. Is that a particular fish? That seems like a interesting name. Flashlight fish. Oh, that's kind of cool. They light up. You know what? Yeah. Dude, I hate seeing the photos where they've like fished one out of the ocean and just let it die in a lab. I really do hate that. I can't believe we looked at fish and went, we're going to eat that. You know, it's like looking at lobsters and going, let's eat a sea bug. The cockroach of the sea. This one? Put it at B. I would smash. There we are. My deep sea fish tier list of who I would smash and who I would pass. Awesome. Let me know what you would who you would smash and pass in this list. So moving on. I stupid. I can't believe I just did that for 20 minutes. Side note, I did something kind of neat. I decided, the modded Minecraft series, it's, it's an audio podcast on Spotify and all that stuff. In case people wanted to like put it on and fall asleep to it or something like that. Or like listen to it in the car. And I was like, well, I did do a survival series live not that long ago. It's only been like a couple of years. It started over 2 years ago and it ended about 1.5 years ago. And I was like, well, why don't I convert those? So that's what I did. I went and grabbed all the episodes and I made them a podcast. So let me pull it up. Here it is. It's the Minecraft Survival Series 2022 to 23. audio podcast. Here it is. Got all the episodes, all 11 of them. And yeah, got the red border theme going. I actually really like that. I like the red border. I feel like that kind of encapsulates the series because we spend a lot of time in the Nether towards the end. And some of my favorite moments from the series happen in the Nether or around the portal, like this one. So that's an audio podcast now. Another thing I will plug. What did I just close? I just closed out my dock. Another thing I'll plug is the website. I've been putting a lot of work into this website. And here it is. I'll show it on the other screen because it looks better in 1080p. So here it is. Here's the website. You know, we got the homepage and everything. I've been working pretty hard on this. And, you know, we even have a page dedicated to all the podcasts. This keeps glitching out. I don't understand it. I'm going to have to work through why this keeps happening. This image, it keeps pulling the wrong image for this podcast. Look at that. Yeah, it's not even supposed to be showing that. It's supposed to show the other picture. But yeah, it has all the podcasts on it with their latest episodes pulled up on this part. And this podcast is on there. Forbidden FM is on there. This links to the Patreon, this to the Legacy episodes, and these two to the Minecraft episodes. If you're wondering what the Legacy episodes are, it's these. The forbidden like old episodes of the podcast before we swapped over to this version of it. Cursed. Some of these have been scrubbed too, like episode 5, 7, 8. Episode 5 and 7 and 8 are all gone because I haven't proof watched them, and also they have people in them that I don't want on the podcast anymore. But this is the website. It's pretty good. You should check it out. We have all the different platforms this podcast is available on, which is totaled up to about 5 at this point. Even the French get their own streaming platform to listen to this on. So yeah. So that's the update on that. My final thing. I do have a fun fact for this episode. Actually, before I get to that, I was going to say, y'all should look up this channel. I've been watching presidential history videos, like what presidents have had multiple vice presidents, or what presidents have tried to run for a third term before it was outlawed, or like, you know, FDR being the only president to have 4 terms. This channel is called Resyndicated. Really interesting videos, by the way. Does he not make videos anymore? Oh man, he stopped uploading 6 months ago. Oh, but he's still posting the community tab. That's interesting. But yeah. Oh, that's interesting. He's like running polls of the presidential elections every day. But yeah, this channel called Resyndicated makes these really interesting videos, like longest lived U.S. presidents, video about Washington when he was president, how the different presidents reacted to 9/11, times presidents were vice presidents and presidents were from different parties, presidents who only chose to serve 1 term. And you'd be kind of surprised at like the politics of a lot of these presidents and why they would lose or why they wouldn't be renominated by the party. It's really interesting stuff. So go check out this channel. my fun fact, it's actually about the Bible. And you should look up this history as well. In the Bible, you read about Noah's Ark. Noah's told there's a great flood coming, and he has to grab 2 of each animal, build a big ark, and put all the animals on the ark. And it's one of the most popular, famous stories from the Bible. Well, I've heard people go, well, why did the flood happen? And who warned Noah, about the coming flood? I'll tell you. So there's a book that is only recognized, as far as I'm aware, on a large scale, is only recognized by the Ethiopian church. And it is called the Book of Enoch. Enoch is a kind of like a prophet-like figure who's incredibly old, like centuries old, and he is kind of like this angel figure that God uses as a messenger. And in the Book of Enoch, these giants are created because the angels and the humans mated and created these beings that were called I don't want to get the name wrong. I don't remember the actual name of them, but they're basically these giant beings. And as punishment for the angels doing this, God sends a flood to wipe out these giants. And he sends Enoch to warn Noah about the coming flood. It is essentially a prequel story to Noah's Ark. You should read it. They sell it at pretty much every major bookstore, like Barnes and Noble. Like, it's pretty easy to find. It's only like $15 at most. I'm sure you could probably also find it online as like a PDF, but you should read it. It's pretty interesting. I'm not religious, so like I'm not trying to push a religion here. I think it's interesting history. And you should also look into the history of why that book is not included in the Bible. This is the reason that I got into learning more about the origins of the Bible, because I looked up the Book of Enoch. So go look that up. It's pretty interesting, and it's like one of my favorite biblical stories. So and then that'll even lead you down a rabbit hole of learning about like the story that was removed from the Bible, and also we have an incomplete telling of, because the tablet is somewhat destroyed, where it's basically like a book that would have been in the Bible under the name Judas, and it's Jesus from Judas's perspective. Judas trying to argue that he's the only one that truly understood Jesus and his role as one of the followers, as one of the disciples. And it's interesting, like Jesus is characterized in this very non-clean, perfect way. He has flaws and has a strong personality, and comes off a bit strong with his disciples, and sometimes a little cruel and ruthless. It tells a story about Jesus' time as a child where he basically like crippled this person because he didn't know how to control the power that he had. It's also rumored in some of these stories that the God in the New Testament is not the same one as the one in the Old Testament, and that the one in the Old Testament is a fake God, hence why he's so wrathful and ruthless in the Old Testament. But in the New Testament, he's like this divine, all-loving being. It is said that there are multiple gods, and that there is one true one, and then the one in the Old Testament is the imposter. So go read all of that. It's an interesting story. And that's what I will leave you with. We are on every streaming platform, as you saw a few minutes ago. And yeah, go watch or listen to these episodes on other streaming platforms. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate it if you made it all the way to the end. And And yeah, I'll see you guys. I always say next Friday. I always end up making another episode in the middle of the week. So
all the windows